In this lesson, we are going to learn about if and if-else statements in C. And these ones are called decision-making statements because they allow our program to make decisions depending on conditions. Okay, so let me show you an introduction to ifs, okay, to if statements. So the structure of if statement is like this, okay. So here use the if, okay. So we have the single if, okay. You can use the single if without else a keyword, okay, the else statement, okay. So as you can see here, we use the if keyword, then here a pair of parentheses, and inside this pair of parentheses we have the condition, okay. Have the condition that must return either true or false, okay. So here, as you can see here, so here we have the piece of code. So these ones, they define the piece of code, okay, the code that we want to run if this condition is either true, okay, is either true or false, okay. So for instance, we can have our you should make sure that you have included this std_bul library, okay, this one, okay, because we are going to use booleans, okay. So here you can also use one way. I'm going to use true, but let me use booleans, okay. So here we are going to say if this condition returns a true if it is true, and it is true, okay. That condition that we put here must return a true, okay, must return a true value, as you can see. So if this one is true and it is true, which means this code must run, okay, this code. So let us just print out hello like that, hello, and then we end our line, and then we come here and then we try to compile. We are using gcc home.c -0 -o, not 0 -o. Then for the output, then the output is going to be home.exe. You can just type home like that. You can just type home, and here you should know that I'm using PowerShell. So if I press enter, as you can see, I've generated the home.exe file or home executable. And here I can, if you want to use PowerShell, for those who are using for those who are on new Windows, just open PowerShell, or in your VS Code you can just type PowerShell, okay, like that, and you will be in PowerShell. If you see this, you will be in PowerShell, okay. So here I've if I press ls, as you can see, I've generated an executable which is called home.exe. If I try to run my program using ././home, as you can see, I get hello. Okay, so that is it, which means this condition is true. So if it is true, let us try with another condition. Even if you use 1, okay, 1, as you can see, because we know that true returns a 1, okay. So let me try to compile, and then I run my program. As you can see, we get hello, because we know that true is the same as 1, okay, and false is the same as 0. So if we use 0 there, which stands for false, and we compile and then we run, as you can see, it has not run because this condition is of false, okay. It has not run. This one has not run because this condition is false. Let us try to use real conditions. For example, let us have our age, and it is equals, let us make it to be equals to 18. And then here, instead of using these booleans, let us use a condition, a real condition. Let us create a real condition. So here we are going to check if age is greater than or equals to 18. If it is greater than or equals to 18, then we are going to print out that this age is for an adult person, okay, like that. We are just going to print out adult. So let us try to run, compile, and then run. As you can see, we get adult out, okay, get adult, because this condition is going to return a true, is going to return a true, and if it returns a true, this code is going to run, okay, because age is equals to 18, although it is not greater than, but it is equals to 18, okay. So what if what if this condition returns a false, like what we had here, 0? As you can see, we don't run that program, okay. As you can see, the program that just executes. But what if we want to run a certain piece of code if this condition is false? And for that, we use the else statement, okay, else statement for that, okay. So else, if it is this one is going to run if this condition is false, okay. If it is false, then this condition is going to run. So let us print f, and this one is going to be like minor for young. Then this one, instead of using 0, let us remain with 0. So for true, we are going to print out adult. For false, we are going to print out minor. So let us add a semicolon there. If we save and then compile, then we run our program, we get minor, okay, because that condition has been false. It has been false. So let us add even if we use false, because we know false stands for 0, okay, stands for 0. 0 stands for false, okay, like that. Even if we use false and then we try to compile and then we run our program, as you can see, we get minor still, okay. Even if we try to use the real condition like age is greater than or equals to 18, and then we set this one to be 17, like 17, which means this condition is going to be false. It is going to return false, and which means we are going to run minor, okay. Let me compile and then I run my program. As you can see, we get minor here. If age equals to 18, we get minor, okay. So because here it is not equals to 18, okay, it is not equals to 18, which means this piece of code is not going to run. So which means this one, this else is going to run, okay. This one, minor, is going to run, okay. So what if we want to test for 17, 18, 19, like that, okay, which means here we are limited to only using one condition, okay. Here we are using only one condition and the default one, which is else, okay. So here we can use the if the else if, okay, the else if to use another condition. For example, we can use if else elif. We can use elif like that. So if else if. So let us use else if, okay. So let me delete this one here. Let me delete this elf, okay, like that. So here, as you can see, we can use else if, okay, after this condition, okay. So after the elf, let me put it on another line so that you don't get confused. So it is like that, okay. It's like that. Let me let me lower down this one so that you get a whole overview. So here we introduce, so after this first if, okay, where we use the certain condition, we can use else if, okay, keywords, and then we add a condition, okay, inside these parentheses. So the condition, let us test for age. Is it equals to what? Is it equals to 19? Let us test for that. And if it is equals, then instead of printing adult, let us print here 18, just like that, and then we break the line. So the age is 18, and then here let us print another one, print 19, the age is 19, okay. So we can do it like that, and then we put a default one. Let me put a semicolon, and then we put a default one. This will be the default. Else pair of these curly brackets, and then inside here we can have the code, okay. So that will be the default, okay. So if we try to save, we don't have the 17, which means these conditions are all false, okay. They are all not true, which means we are going to run this default one, okay. So if I bring out the terminal and then I try to compile, let us wait, and then I try to run, as you can see we get minor. Oh, here we add I don't know, okay. So even if we can even put I don't know, like that, I don't know, okay. So we can even come here and we add another if else, okay. So we can continue, we can just copy this one, then after that pair of curly brackets, we can put that one there, like that. Then we can guess, let us guess 20, like that. We can even paste another one there. Let us test for 17. Let us test for 17, and instead of 19, let us print out 17. Then here we are going to print out 20. Let us try to save. We know that our age is 17, okay. We know that it is 17. Let us go down, compile, then we run. As you can see, we get 17, okay, because the age is 17. So that's how we can use the if else statements, okay. You can play around with them because they are really important, because they give us access, okay. They make our program live, okay. They make them make decisions, okay.